What do you think about Joe Mixon with another year and a potentially really high-octane offense in the Cincinnati Bengals?
Yeah, it's hard to hate any of these running backs that we picked at. I mean, you want to talk about three bangers here that can really get after it, and you can see them being the lead dogs. But Joe Mixon certainly is one of those lead dogs that we see. 292 touches last year from the running back position, 1,205 yards. Now, almost the opposite here. Do I think it's doable that he can get, let's just say, 1,100 yards to round up his rushing total? I really do, but I think you hit the nail on the head. This is a high-octane offense. Joe Burrow, who came back yesterday, from all look-sees here, Kevin, slicing up the defense already in 7-on-7s. So let's just take a look at this offensive line rebuilt and looks fairly good now as opposed to in previous years. We take a look at the wide receiver position. It's wide open out there. Guys are going to be just flowing down. And Joe Burrow, as long as he's healthy at quarterback, this team is one of those where each and every week you expect them, Kevin, 24-plus points here and to be in every game and maybe even challenged to win a Super Bowl like they got there last year. But if I'm looking overall at these Mixon stats for me, the 9.5 touchdowns, I want the over. Because the same thing with Najee Harris I just talked about, where I'd rather have the yardage because I don't know if we're going to get the opportunities. Trust me on this. The Bengals are going to be in the red zone a lot. They're inside the 5. Joe Mixon is punching it in. Joe Mixon to get double-digit rushing touchdowns this year through 17 games, sign me up on that.
You know, it's really interesting because Mixon last year had a wild run. 3 consecutive games of multi-rushing touchdowns there. And that's how you can get over that number, right, with a breeze here. Do I trust the Mixon health enough was a question I initially was wondering here, right? Because the year before he had only played the 6 games, but he's been largely healthy the remainder of his career. And also, he's been able to get over this number 3 times already in his young career when we talk about the 1075 and a half. Dalvin Cook, I worry about the injuries. Najee Harris, I worry about the offense and the team overall. Mixon's yards for me at 1075 and a half feel the most comfortable of the trio. Of these guys, Donnie, though, to wrap this up here, we talked about touchdowns and yardage for 3 different superstar running backs. What's the favorite number here? I think for me it would either be the Mixon yardage or the Najee Harris touchdowns. What's the favorite number here for you?
I got to tell you, it would be a big upset for me. And if we're talking about, I'm just going to focus on the Steelers right now. If Najee Harris doesn't get 1,100 yards on the ground, you might be looking at what, Kevin, a bottom 5 offense then, which means nothing worked. Because we're not going to say, well, Trubisky was so good through the air, he threw for 4,900 yards. That's not happening here. So the upset for me, Najee Harris is going to be one of those backs that gets 300 touches. I'll trust that he gets 1,100 yards.